Hello.
Hello?
Hello. What's up, bro?
Hey, this is the What's Up Bro podcast. We talk about movies, TV, geek stuff, news, pop culture, and it's funny, motherfucker! With nary signs, you know the question is not on here that I could have said yes to would have been a cock ring. I'm like, oh, I've done that. Jeff,
it was called Bibbidi Bobbidi Doorknob.
Stephanie.
The only reason he was invited was because he was dating my friend. It was like a pity invite. And he was like one of the first people to get there. What a loser.
And we have Missy.
Yes, I'm here.
Is also here.
Missy is also here. A girl has no last name.
Not anymore, am I right? Huh? And special correspondence with Steph Mayer Sr.
Yeah, I don't have to look cute for you.
And this is the What's Up Bro podcast.
That's how winning is done.
Hey, I'm Dave Chappelle, and this is What's Up, Bro.
Grump, grump, grump. We're recording.
No, we're not. Are we recording?
Yeah.
Holy crap, I didn't even realize that we were recording.
You
already.
didn't see me do the dramatic
Yes, but I didn't think that you actually did it. I thought that you were just like miming.
Well, now people are just turning it off and finding something else to listen to.
Is that what they're doing?
Probably.
I don't think so.
In case you're still here, welcome. I don't know how to do the intro. I'm just always like, hey guys, it's us. What's up?
That's why I always start with, and we're recording. Like that's
yeah, but then you go.
I started that a long time ago. I don't know when I started that, but I started that years ago, and I've never been able to let it go because now I just feel like I've been on other people's podcasts and they don't do that, and they act very awkward. They're like, okay, so we're gonna go. Okay, let's just start. I'm like,
no,
Jesus
I
Christ.
know, but what I'm saying is when you go, welcome to WuBro. I am Neri Sands with me, and I'm like, I always forget.
Welcome to the What's Up Bro podcast, right? Welcome to the What's Up Bro podcast. I am Neri Science. With me, as usual, is Missy.
Hi.
And nobody else.
And that's all that matters right now.
That's all that we need. That's all that we need.
No, that's not true. We love Jeff and Steph.
That's true. But to do a podcast, you don't even need anything.
God. Why are you doing this? We have to ease into this experience.
No. We're going to do this straight old school,
don't do the Love Hour voice.
No, we're gonna do like Ice Cube and just go no Vaseline up in this bitch.
Okay, now that's not the Love Hour voice, so maybe. Okay, so do you want to explain how we ended up watching?
All right, so.
Okay, but it's still going.
Yeah, that's good.
I know, but I don't want to think about Charlie's Angels for 10 years.
Well, we're gonna talk heavily about it right now.
I know, but I don't want to hear it.
Oh my goodness.
I have a lot of gripes. I don't know if you noticed while we were watching the movie.
Do you? It was weird because it seemed like you were, willing and.
So listen, guys.
So
this is the argument we were having before the movie.
Hold on. So if
you're gonna pull up the direct quote.
No. If you guys have listened to the previous episode of the podcast, you guys know we talked about Elizabeth Banks and her comment. You weren't here. You were in Kentucky.
Oh, you were talking about it when I wasn't here.
Yes.
Well, I mean...
So we talked about briefly, we mentioned the fact that Elizabeth Banks is upset and blames the lack of...
Let me look up the direct quote, but keep
people
talking.
People that saw the movie, it's an opening weekend. She initially stated that people... that the lack of people that want to go see the movie proves that men... proves the stigma. I don't know what the hell she said, but she said...
This is what she said 4 days ago on Twitter. Ready?
Mm-hmm. 4 days ago as of this recording.
Right. So, Monday or Tuesday, I guess.
No, this is going to be next week.
Right. So, last week, if you're listening, when you're listening. Whatever. The point is, she said, well, if you're going to have a flop, make sure your name is on it at least 4 times. I'm proud of #Charlie's Angels and happy it's in the world. So that's what she tweeted. And then she gave an interview where she basically blamed... Go ahead.
She blamed the fact... She said that it enforces the fact that the weak opening sales numbers reinforces the stereotype that men don't watch action movies without men in them. I'm not. I don't disagree with that statement. I don't disagree. I don't necessarily agree with that statement, but that's not a crazy statement in my opinion. Then in the same interview, I believe it was the same interview, they talked about the fact that, what about like, superhero movies, these Marvels and, Wonder Woman and blah, blah, blah. They had great opening night numbers. And she said that those were movies that are in a male industry, male franchise.
So do you want a direct quote?
Yeah, please.
So
I was buying time for you to find
in reference to what Neri was mentioning before, the direct quote that she said was, "Look, people have to buy tickets to this movie too. This movie has to make money. If this movie doesn't make money and reinforces a stereotype in Hollywood that men don't go see women do action movies." That was true. The first half.
That is true.
And then
because I didn't know. I'm sorry to cut you off. I didn't know that was the context, because all I read was the excerpt, which was this reinforces a stereotype. But what got left out of what I read was, if this movie has to do good, if this movie doesn't do good, it reinforces a stereotype. And she's absolutely right. I'm assuming that was before these numbers came out. The opening weekend numbers came out. And
I'll disagree with you, but let me finish giving you the direct quote. And then the other quote that she said was, "They'll go and see a comic book movie with Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel because that's a male genre. So even though those are movies about women, they put them in the context of feeding the larger comic book world. So it's all about, yes, you're watching a Wonder Woman movie, but we're setting up 3 other characters, or we're setting up Justice League. By the way," here's where she tries to save her ass. "By the way, I'm happy for those characters to have box office success. But we need more women voices supported with money, because that's the power. The power's in the money."
Nothing of which, can I just say, my opinion, so far what you read, nothing of which I disagree with. I don't disagree with any of what she said. I think her quotes got taken out of context. Even so with me, like I said, I read those excerpts and I was like, oh, okay, or whatever. But I don't think any of what she said is incorrect. I think that with the exception of the whole male, what she said, the Wonder Woman and Captain
She says that they put them in the context of feeding larger comic book worlds.
No, that's part I agree with. That's right before that. Male
comic book movie. Okay, they'll go and see a comic book movie with Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel because that's a male genre.
See, that's what I disagree with right there, because it's not a male genre, it's a geek genre. And I agree with the rest of that statement, saying that these are basically built-in audiences. Marvel and DC have built-in audiences that are gonna, you know what I mean? There's no Marvel or DC movie, and I get it, I'm a DC fanboy or whatever you want to say, however you want to say it, I like DC movies, but there's no DC movie that's gonna open up to $8.3 million like Charlie's Angels did. Period. There's no DC character that's ever gonna open up to just $8 million a weekend. That's an opening weekend. That's bullshit. That's never gonna happen, because these are built-in audiences. You're already guaranteed a certain amount of money. Now, how much money that goes, that's a different story, but it won't be 8 million or just 8 million.
So
Missy disagrees wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
If the audience can't see, but I can see from her face, she is checked out.
My face is beautiful, and I'm not checked out.
It is beautiful, but you're checked out from my backing
because I've heard it 17 times already. So I'm just waiting for you to get through it. I disagree 100% with several parts of her statements.
That wasn't for you. That was the disagreement. Like, you disagree.
Now I'm over it. Okay. So here's where I get upset. Is make a good movie. And I had this opinion before we went to see it, and we'll give our review afterwards.
Correct. But
before the movie, and we were going, I think you're the only one that really was fighting for it in our group.
David said that the preview looked good too. Is what he said. I wasn't fighting for it. I just said the movie looked good from the trailer. There was a good trailer.
Right.
And in the last podcast, Stephanie goes, yeah, but she gave the example of something I've said. She used my words against me. She goes, yeah, but even 50 Shades of Grey could cut a good trailer. And I'm like, yep, you're right. 50 Shades of Grey did cut a good trailer, and it was a shit movie.
So here's where I get mad. I get mad. I don't disagree that the power is in the money. That's for sure true. That's why I'll pre-order like Booksmart, because that sends a message. If it makes money, Olivia Munn will get more movies or whatever. But I'll use the example of Booksmart. Booksmart wasn't marketed. like Charlie's Angel was not marketed. Right. This movie had a setup that was very similar to the Charlie's Angels movies of 20 years ago. Well, let's not talk about that. But there was a song, and it was women, like three, there was Destiny's Child singing the song, and it was Cameron Diaz and Lucy Liu and Drew Barrymore. And it was a big to-do, and there was a lot of money pushed behind it, and Independent Women is a good song. This movie leading up to it had the three women, okay? I don't want to say that they're nobodies, but they're not on the level of where Cameron Diaz and Drew Barrymore and Lucy Liu were at. Also, additionally, they did put out a song with Lana Del Rey and Miley Cyrus and Ariana Grande a couple months ago that was supposed to
entice people.
But that song, on top of the song being shitty, I never heard it. I never heard it. I heard it. I knew it was out because I follow Ariana Grande on Instagram, but that's it. So there was a framework there that they could have capitalized on. They chose not to. And my argument before we actually saw the movie, was that it's probably just a shitty movie. And if you're going to make a shitty movie, then I have a problem with her comments because I feel like she's spinning them into something that is not true. I think the problem with this movie, and I thought this before we saw it, is that it's a shitty movie. It's not because it reinforces that men don't go watch.
No. She didn't say it. She says if the movie doesn't do well, it does reinforce that thing. She did. Now here's where I'm coming in with this.
But there were guys in the theater today.
Here's the thing. Yes, it was me.
There was more than one.
I don't think so.
I promise you.
So here's the thing. What she said by it reinforces. She says if the movie doesn't do well, then Hollywood would say, "You see, we can't do movies without guys because it doesn't sell."
Right.
She's not saying that it makes a statement true. She says it reinforces the stereotype.
Right.
And that's true.
Except that.
It's true.
It's a shitty fucking movie.
But that's not what she's saying, though. She's not debating the merits of the movie. She's not saying it's a good movie.
And that's my problem. No, you can't use that fucking card just because it's cool to use that argument now.
She used that argument before the movie even came out. She said the full statement is this movie needs to do well because if it doesn't, then it reinforces the stereotype to Hollywood, to the executives, to the people that make the decisions. And that she is right.
She's right, except that in this scenario, if you don't go see Charlie's Angels, it's because it's a shitty fucking movie and I don't care about the cast.
Hold on. This is my problem with that statement. You're basically saying if you don't go see the movie, it's because it's if you don't go see the movie, it's because it's bad. How do you know it's bad if you don't go see it? So how do you know it's bad?
Because,
it can't be by reviews because the reviews are 57% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is rotten, but it's not bad. It's not. Oh my god!
It's not Sister Act 2.
It's not Sister Act 2. 13%, and the audience score is 80%.
Right.
So if you, meaning the audience, is gonna say, I'm not going to see this movie because it's shitty. How do you know it's shitty if you haven't seen the movie? That's my gripe with that logic.
Okay.
Now,
so
once you see the movie and you want to give it all the bad reviews you want, by all means, I totally fucking get it.
And then what I'll say,
she's not defending the product of. She's not saying if you don't go see this movie, it can't be because it's good or bad. She's not saying that. She's saying that if this movie doesn't do well financially, then the head ups
But what director would voluntarily say, I made a shit fucking movie? She's not going to admit that.
A lot. You should go. Oh my god! You should read some of the comments on a lot. Richard Pryor was once in a movie called Moving, and he was doing a press junket, and they go, "Tell us about Moving. What is it about?" And he goes, "About 2 hours too long." That was his fucking response.
Well, that's Richard Pryor can do that shit.
No, he couldn't. He was not a movie star. He could not do that. The only reason he did it because he was coked up out of his fucking mind, so he was honest.
Well, then
But my point is that there have been directors that had Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I don't know if he's come up on this podcast before or not. He did his movie called Doom, and he was on Good Morning America or one of those shows, Good Morning whatever. And then it was Katie Couric. And then she asked him.
I said director. I didn't say actors.
I'm giving you an example. It's possible.
George Clooney has shot on the fact that he was Batman.
Yes. And then, but during the press, not after the fact, not after the movie came out, not after the numbers, or not after it was in theaters, during its theater run, Katie Couric asked The Rock about Doom. And he goes, "Look, Katie, if you want to see me with a big gun blow shit up, this is the movie for you." which is basically saying this is not a good movie. I just blow a lot of big shit up.
Okay, so he's had a lot of flops. I don't remember him going making that argument. I don't think,
Because he's a man.
I understand
Why would he make
that.
that argument?
Okay, point to that. But what I'm saying is, in this specific scenario, I just think it's a little too easy. Now, separate from my argument is the fact that absolutely there was $0 spent on marketing for this movie.
That was my whole thing.
I think the biggest marketing push they did was whatever they paid the 3 girls to sing the song, and then they didn't do shit with it.
And they didn't do shit. I agree completely. I was in Universal.
I don't remember seeing them. I'll look it up, but I don't remember going. When people,
I saw one trailer of it.
When movies are coming out, people will do the late night show thing. They'll go on Ellen and they'll even go on Kelly Clarkson's show now. She's getting a lot of good guests.
I love her.
They didn't. She's awesome.
I've never seen her talk show, but I love her.
She's awesome.
That first album she put out was just so amazing to me. I know it sounds weird
it doesn't sound weird. It sounds right on brand for you.
No, but here's the thing. It doesn't sound sincere, but I'm being completely sincere. I loved her first album.
I believe you.
I know you do. I'm talking to the audience.
Oh, okay. I don't matter now. Jeez.
So I agree with you. I think the biggest problem with that movie was as far as sales numbers is the awful marketing.
Yeah, there was as in no marketing.
I completely agree with you.
I just went on YouTube, okay, and I just put the Charlie's Angel as a whatever, and I have no interviews of them anywhere.
Yeah.
Oh wait, they were on Jimmy Kimmel Live a month ago.
Who does that? Who does? By the way, we're recording this on the 22nd of November, which the movie came out a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago.
I think it was last week, last Friday.
So that's a look, man. I get it. Marketing is really bad, and I understand that. That's my firm thing. But I don't. Here's the thing. What's the biggest reason for this movie flopping? I believe it's the marketing. I believe it's running. Hold on. But that doesn't negate all the other comments she said. All the other comments she said were not crazy. They weren't out of this world. They weren't oh my God, how dare you say that? They weren't. All the comments she said were, if this movie doesn't do well financially, then that's going to reinforce to the fucking executives not to make a movie that's not male-led. Those aren't crazy statements.
They're not. But in this case, they're not. That's not why this is going to reinforce it.
Okay, however, you're right.
Furthermore,
because we've seen the movie, so we know that's right.
further back than all the things I just said.
All right.
Why are you fucking touching the Charlie's Angels movie? Why?
Can I just be honest with you? Look, you really you just hate reboots in general.
But why touch it?
But you do. Here's the.
I get why you would reboot Twilight.
Can I be honest with you? Can I tell you the truth? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't understand why you touch Twilight. I really wouldn't. Here's the reason why. Twilight was massively successful. You're really gonna try to touch that up. That's come on, dude. Yeah,
but we deserve justice for the shit they gave us.
But here's what I would say as a fan of movies in general. I would say, and I'm clearly in the minority in this because A, sales numbers, and B, every person I talk to, especially women, don't get me in my face, especially women.
I wasn't even looking at you when you're saying that.
The audience doesn't know that.
Well, now they do.
But I will say this, I get it, and again, I know I'm in a minority. The Drew Barrymore Charlie's Angels were shit. Those movies sucked a lot. I don't remember anything about those movies. What I remember was Demi Moore coming out looking fine as fuck at the age of 40-something.
Right.
That was fire.
Right.
But I don't remember anything about those movies. I remember those stupid dance numbers that they did.
It made sense for her to dance in her movie.
Did not.
She was at a Soul Train fucking taping. What was she supposed to do?
Even before that, she was dancing in her underwear.
Oh, you don't dance in your underwear?
Oh my God, I don't dance in my underwear.
Well, you should. It would make you happy.
Oh my God. My point is, because you clearly are a fan of those movies.
I won't say that they're good.
I'm not saying that you would say that they're good, but because you're a fan of those movies, you would defend any decision they made to do those things. So they're dancing sporadically in the middle of the movie, and you go, I'm going to defend this. Oh, of course you dance in your underwear. No, you don't. No, you don't.
Yes,
but you would
do.
defend it because you like the movie. And that's fine, and that's okay. But here's the thing. I don't like those movies. So when somebody goes, why would you even touch Charlie's Angels? Because maybe this time they want to make it good.
No.
Now, with that said, They didn't.
Now to more important things. Look, the first Charlie's Angels, fine. Maybe they wanted to, like, back to your argument when you said, well, they were shit. They're trying to make it better. It doesn't matter that it made a lot of money, right? That's why I want Twilight to get rebooted.
Right.
They were shit. They made a lot of money, but they were fucking shit.
Yeah.
So
we could wait 20 years for that.
right. So
that's another thing that
the
somebody
Charlie's
asked her.
Angels.
That's another thing somebody asked her. Why would you retouch Charlie's Angel? It's already been remade. And she said, to her credit, she said they've remade Spider-Man 37 times.
Okay.
And she's fucking right. So why is something untouchable? You can't remake something 20 years after the fact, but you can remake Spider-Man every 3 years? Why?
It's not a remake if it's a different universe.
No, it's the same thing. Andrew, whatever the fuck his name is,
Garfield
made the reboot right after Spider-Man 3 came out like 4 years earlier. And it's just another reboot of a Spider-Man.
But it's a different complete. Is it? I'm asking genuinely. Isn't it a different universe?
No.
So it's a continuation of.
No,
what
it's not a
Tommy
continuation. It's a remake. It's not a continuation. It's a remake.
Okay, I understand.
Okay.
So the Charlie's Angels from 2000, I just pulled up. The budget was 93.
Oh no, they made boatload of money.
Right. So
Buku bucks.
that's what I'm saying is that it's a shit movie. It made a lot of money. She wanted to go back and make it better. Right. So I personally, I know I've gone on several rants about this. I think it's fucking stupid to keep rebooting shit. Just fucking make new stuff. But I know I walk alone in that argument.
No, you walk with Jeff. You and Jeff walk hand in hand.
Well, Jeff is a fun guy.
To the point that we were playing the Blockbuster game, and the challenge, it's a board game for the listeners, and the challenge card, it was between me and Jeff, and the challenge card was name as many reboots or as you can, and I named one, and then it was his turn to name another one, and we were supposed to take turns of seeing who can name the most. He named exactly 0.
Exactly.
The timer ran out, and he goes, I don't know any remakes.
Correct.
He couldn't think of any single remake.
And that being so, that what Neri and I have been arguing about for about 20 minutes was the stance that we went into. And Neri, today we had earlier this afternoon, because it's late in the evening, so after work, Neri and I went to the movies, and he picked.
But here's the thing. So we were like, what to watch? Missy suggested the new Tom Hanks movie with what's his name? Where he
the Mr. Rogers movie.
As much as I want to see that movie, listener, calm down. It's not like I picked one over the other. I want to go see that movie with my wife. I knew my wife would want to see that movie. And because she was unavailable today after work to watch that movie because she's doing something else, I was like not going to go watch that movie that my wife wants to go watch without her, right? So I said, well, I'll go watch something that I know my wife doesn't really care about either way. So as a joke, knowing Missy, because you've been blowing up social media with your anti-Elizabeth Banks bullshit.
It was one post.
I said blowing up.
I screenshotted a thing of Booksmart getting nominated. I put it in my IG stories, and I said, number 1, movie was not marketed. Number 2, people heard about it because word of mouth. Number 3, now it gets nominated. In conclusion, sit down, Elizabeth Banks.
Which is dumb.
Charlie's Angels.
Which is dumb because her thing was never about awards.
Can I finish?
Her rant was never about awards. It was about money.
Can I finish?
Okay, I'm finished.
If this movie was good, we would have heard people, because Booksmart, I want you to know, it wasn't heavily marketed. It only got the buzz because other people in the industry started fucking posting about it. Booksmart,
the one with,
it's in my account if you want to watch it. You should.
The one with Melissa McCarthy. Melissa McCarthy.
No,
I thought it was Melissa McCarthy.
It was directed by Olivia Munn. It has Bernie. Always fuck up her name, but I'm looking it up now because I don't want to murder their names. But anyways, hold on, give me a second. So Booksmart, directed by Olivia Wilde, not Munn, Wilde, my bad. Caitlin Dever, Beanie Feldstein, Jessica Williams, Lisa Kudrow, Will Forte,
I know 2 of those names.
Carrie Fisher's daughter, I forget her name, Billy Lord. Billy Lord has a very, very, very small role in this movie, but she's amazing in it. Okay, so I digress. that movie was not heavily. The only reason why it got the buzz that it did is because other people in the industry started fucking posting about it and saying, "Go watch it, it's great," whatever. She didn't get that for this movie. I'm not saying it was everyone else's responsibility to push for the movie to go forward, but that just goes to show you that if people really thought it was a great fucking movie, it's possible.
How much money did Booksmart make in its opening weekend?
I don't know how much it made its opening weekend, but it had a $6 million budget and it made $24.6 million in the box office.
Opening weekend, I'm assuming, is less than
it didn't make a lot.
Right. So that's my whole point.
Did she go on?
But Elizabeth Banks wasn't complaining about it not getting awards or not getting nominated.
But did Olivia Wilde go on?
I don't know. Ask Olivia Munn. Maybe Olivia Munn did. My whole point,
I got my Olivia's messed up. Big deal.
Listen, all I'm saying is that those two arguments are not the same argument. You go all sit down, Elizabeth Banks. Elizabeth had nothing. She said nothing about awards. She said nothing about awards. She was talking about money.
The success of a
We're
movie.
talking about financial success of a movie, not the award success, not the critical success of a movie.
Okay.
And those two things are not connected.
Correct.
That's it. That's all I was saying.
So this was the argument we've been having for a couple of days.
Right.
And so I suggested let's go watch the Mr. Rogers movie. He said no because he wants to take Vanessa, which, fair game. And then this motherfucker goes. I mean, we had just finished having the same fucking back and forth in one of our group chats. And this fucker goes, let's go watch Charlie's Angels. And I'm like, no, I don't want to watch it. And then he goes,
the trailer was good. I said that it had a good trailer. And what was your response to that?
I said, so did Hobbs and Shaw.
So did Hobbs and Shaw. And we remember how that went. And I go, yes, we did. By the way, I went to go watch Hobbs and Shaw with you.
You said for me.
Yes.
And then I said, you're really going to use the BFF card on this fucking movie? And you said yes. So we went into the movie and Neri...
I love the fact that we went to the movie and I hadn't bought tickets and Missy was just walking straight the fuck in.
Because I'm like, I'm not paying for this fucking movie. Did you buy
tickets? Wait, but I bought my ticket for Hobbs and Shaw.
No, you didn't. I bought it.
All right, I don't remember, so I'm going to go ahead and let that go and pretend I didn't say anything. Moving on.
I 100% fucking did, dummy. I also bought the one for fucking Joker.
I already had seen it.
Doesn't matter. You went with me again, right?
Did.
So they were gonna give you a pass just because you saw it again. Anyway, so we're walking into the movie theater, and Neri's like, he was doing the Neri thing where he's like, he's gonna. I was like, I'm convinced he's gonna fucking like it just to spite it.
FYI, before we get any further, because the audience is gonna believe when you say this, I don't actually do that. I may troll and fucking pretend to have fun that I'm going to do that. I don't actually like a bad movie, or I don't actually say that I like a bad, like I don't really go out there and be like I may say it once or twice as a joke, be like, oh, this was better than, but I don't really actually like a movie for out of spite.
So that you just say it to get a rise out of people.
Yeah, I'd say it to get a rise, but I say like once or twice. I don't really go out there and fight and die in a hill for certain movies. Okay, like I don't really like if it's for a troll, I'm not doing it out of spite. I'm not doing that.
All right. Well, you just definitely walked in there and you were going.
Oh, I definitely wanted to like this movie.
Yeah, 100%.
But I wanted to like it. Here's the difference. I wanted to like it even before because the trailer was a fucking good trailer.
No.
So I wanted to like it because I thought it was a good trailer. I'm like, I want to like this movie. I didn't even
like the trailer.
Okay, I did.
So the movie
You didn't like the trailer because of what? Be honest. Tell people why you didn't like the trailer.
Because on top of the fact that I cannot stand Kirsten Stewart on a fucking screen or any kind of screen, because I tried to watch her Hot Ones episode and it was a fucking it was like nails on chalkboard.
It was a hot garbage.
Terrible. I couldn't even finish it.
I don't even know what Hot Ones is, but okay.
You should watch it.
It was terrible. You should watch it.
No, like that interview was terrible, but the other ones are fun. What was I saying? On top of the trailers, I didn't like because on top of I can't stand Kirsten Stewart. She's a douche canoe of all douche canoes. I just didn't. Nothing about the movie was was enticing about wanting to go spend money to watch it. It just wasn't into it. So we walk into we start watching the movie, and spoiler alert, the movie starts with a 30-second wide shot of Kirsten Stewart trying to seductively talk to a dude or whatever. And I already turned to Narian and he's like, what? What's the problem?
Because as a man, I see that as sexy. Like that that scene, the first 30 seconds or minute or whatever it was of her being seductive were effective. But what do I know? I'm only a heterosexual male
Well, yeah.
with a working penis. But go ahead.
Please, it had been 30 seconds since you reminded me that you're a heterosexual male. So, what happened next, Neri? How long did it take you to realize that you did not like that movie?
Okay, hold on.
Here's when I realized it. I realized it when
You realized it when before the credits even started.
No.
You went. Come on, stop it. You went into that movie already wanting to hate it. Like the same way I went in there wanting to like it. You already went in there wanting to hate it. Let's be real.
You know how you just corrected me on the fact that you're just trolling because whatever, you won't die on a
I didn't
hill?
correct you. I just said this is what really happened.
Is this you correcting me about correcting me? Okay, cool. Seriously, dude.
Round 1.
So, fuck. You're impossible. I went in there and I had put up a fight, but in the back of my head, I was like, watch, I'm going to end up liking this fucking movie and I'm going to have to fucking tell this guy that I like the movie and what a fucking mission that's going to be. I swear on my mom.
All right, and I believe you. That's fine.
So-
First of all, don't swear on your mom. Because, you know, you've said many things here that make me believe.
I don't want her to die. She's just dumb. So,
All right. But here's the thing. So where I realized that
how many minutes? Because I turned to you a couple of times in the first 20 minutes, and you're like, "What?"
I was gonna say like it wasn't within the first.
You were
20.
doing the O.J. Simpson thing, like it doesn't fit. What are you doing? Like, yeah.
No, but I stand by that. Even now, I stand by that. The first 20 minutes weren't bad. I didn't think were bad. There was a couple lines, and it was all case too. There were a couple lines that she delivered that I was like, oh man, you're making this really difficult. You're making this really, I can't. You know what I mean? It's like when you're having a conversation with another parent. You're like, no, my kid is good. My kid is good. And you turn around and your kid is playing in the mud. You go, God damn it, you can't. I just told them that you were a good kid. You can't.
You couldn't wait till we got in the car.
Yeah, God damn it, yes, please. So there was a couple times, and it was just line delivery was really like it was only her that had really bad acting. Not only, but there was one person at the end of the movie that had really bad acting, but he's a nobody. That doesn't matter. So, I would say
the Michael Zuckerberg guy of the movie.
Yeah, he was really bad. So, I would say the definitive. This is not good for me was the scene in the quarry. It was not good.
What?
I don't know how long that's into the movie, but it was a fair decent. It wasn't.
So
I would say 40 minutes into the movie, maybe.
So I want
maybe an hour.
I want the listeners to know that Neri walked in on a high. On a high. He was walking in and he's like the same way that I was
like
walking.
I had a hope.
Yeah, and I was walking in going, fuck this movie, but also, oh shit, I might like it.
Right.
And then I'm going to have to fucking say that I like it, and I'm going to look like I'm going to hate myself.
And then we met somewhere.
And then, no, I stayed there.
Oh, no, I met you somewhere.
You met me down there. Because I want to say the first half of the movie, I kept looking at him.
No, but you kept shitting on it. You were like pissing.
Neri, because it was fucking bad.
But I don't think it was bad. I don't think the first 20 minutes were bad.
No, it was all bad.
And you went in there spitting fucking vinegar and piss, and I was like, oh boy.
Bad.
And I was just like, I like the way she's giving it a shot. I even texted that to the group. I'm like, I like the fact that, say what you will about Missy, but she's giving it a first shot. And she's not making demeaning comments every 5 seconds. Oh, wait, this is opposite day.
So, no, what you did say was, I don't know, Jeff at some point was he's like, oh, at least Elizabeth Banks didn't con me into paying money to see it. And I was like,
he said, so what you're saying is that Elizabeth Banks conned 2 people into seeing this movie?
Like, not me.
And I said, no, he conned 1 person, and that 1 person strong-armed the other person.
Correct. And that would be me. So Neri started at a high, and then the first 30 minutes, every time I looked at him, he was like, what the fuck?
I like that. Here's the thing, though, but you were literally having problems with the movie. Like, you were having problems with, like, oh, que tremendo paquete, or this is bullshit.
I didn't say...
but you were giving me, at times of that. Like you were giving me, whenever you looked at me, when K-Stu delivered a horrible line or she delivered a line horribly, you looked at me, I never defended that. I never, just go on record, I never defended K-Stu. I never defended K-Stu.
Just so everyone knows, he does not ride at all for Kristen.
No,
Kristen
I did say she's hot. You're like, oh, is that supposed to be hot? I'm like, yeah, that's supposed to be fucking hot because it is. I did say that.
Wasn't.
But whenever she fucked up a line, whenever she fucked up a line, you looked at me and I was like, yeah, that's bad. That's
correct.
That's bad.
So he started at like up, like he walked in with his spine like all the way up,
11,
shoulders locked, like fuck you. Well, let's watch this movie. And like halfway through, when I started, because the whole movie. This is true. The whole movie, since the fucking movie starts on her stupid fucking face, I started looking at Neri like, really, I'm fucking sitting here for this? And for the first half, he was like, what? But then after a while, he went from what's your problem to I can see that. And then towards the end, the movie wasn't even over yet. Man. And he's like, can we go? And I was like, fuck you. We made it this far. We're going to fucking finish it. He takes out his phone. He started playing a game on
I did.
On his phone.
I was playing Archero.
And then we walked.
It's not a good movie. It's not a good movie. It's not a good movie. And I even texted this to the group.
Do you know what it is?
I texted this to the group. I said, hey guys, you know when you're playing a practical joke on your friend and it just goes too far? This is it. This is what I'm experiencing right now. The fucking joke went too far.
It
backfired on me. I literally said, that was a quote. On the way home, we were in a car and it was quiet. Everything was quiet. And I didn't even turn to Missy. I just said this out loud. I just go, that backfired on me really badly. That did not. This does not go well, man.
So I want everyone to know, if you watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, you know the vindication. Yeah. That's how I feel on the inside because I fucking told you, bro. And you did have a leg to stand on, and all your arguments for wanting to give it a chance for her comments. Yes, you have a leg to stand on.
And you hadn't seen the movie, so I stand by. If you haven't seen the movie, you can't say it's bad. You can say I wasn't interested in the movie. That's fine. But you can't definitively say the movie sucks if you have not seen the movie.
But that's not what I
but you did. You've said that even on this podcast. You've said multiple times. I knew it was going to suck. Okay.
But when we were arguing about it in the chat, we weren't talking about whether or not we're...
No, I'm talking about that just...
Because sometimes you just fucking know.
Sometimes you know that you don't want to see the movie.
Neri, sometimes you just fucking... Listen, you are talking to somebody who voluntarily watched the Twilight movies in theaters on purpose.
So did I.
Multiple times.
Oh, no, I didn't do that.
On the days that it was released.
So did I.
Okay?
I did that too.
I know shitty movies. I know what I'm talking about. Sometimes you just fucking know. And just... by watching the trailers, in my opinion, I don't think they were good trailers. I didn't care.
I only saw one, so I can't say.
The song was una mierda, and I love Ariana Grande.
What song was it? Was the song in the beginning?
I can't even tell you because
I don't know what song but I like the song that they played when they showed a bunch of different girls, around the world.
I really thought, I hated the way, like the whole premise of the movie and the fact that they're all angels and they all like, oh my God. And
I don't dislike any of that. I dislike the writing for the quarry scene. The quarry scene was really bad and it took forever. It just lingered there. The whole fucking scene, which felt like it should have been a 5-minute scene, was like a 17-minute scene. I'm like, why are we still in the fucking quarry? What's going on here?
They tried too fucking hard to
be smart. They tried too hard to be a spy movie, to be like, oh, this is
you know what it is? I'll leave. If I was a movie critic, I would just say they tried too hard. They tried too hard.
The quarry was really bad, and then at the end, the
other gripe that I had was this: in this movie, listener, Bosley is not a character; it's a rank.
I'm okay with that. I know Jeff hates it.
It's stupid.
I don't think it's stupid.
On top of that, one of the things that irked me was that if they were trying to pay homage to the other movies, they had some of the costumes and some of the things, and they made references and pictures. And they fucking replaced Bill Murray as one of the Bosleys. They never fucking showed Bernie Mac as a Bosley.
Well, Bernie Mac, I understand, but Bill Murray, you know why? They had huge. That's why he wasn't the Bosley in part 2, because they had huge problems with him during filming, where he was just a fucking asshole to everybody, to the producers, to the everybody. He was unworkable. He couldn't fucking. He had a bad reputation in that fucking movie. So much so that when part 2 came out, they weren't even trying to hide it. They weren't even like, oh, we went our separate directions. They didn't even give. They were like, I remember at that time, they were like, things were not going well in the first one, so we didn't want to do that again. We went in a
different direction.
Yeah, they didn't even do that. They were just like, no.
So
it's kind of like what happened with Rhodey in Iron Man, when Iron Man 1 and Iron Man 2, that the Howard whatever his name is, was Rhodey in part 1, and then it changed to Don Cheadle, like, to the public before, like, when they were filming, there was no secrecy. It was like because he was an asshole and wanted more money, and they were like, no, we'll get Don Cheadle, thanks. And that's kind of the same thing that happened with Bill Murray. So the Bill Murray one, I understand. You do have a correct gripe with Bernie Mac. He should have been included in those pictures.
Well, I also think that they could have, even if they had a whatever. If you're trying to pay homage to the movie, like there's an actual picture of the 2000s Charlie's Angels with the Bosleys, and then Patrick Stewart's face superimposed into Bosley's body.
Correct.
We know who the fucking Bosley was in that movie.
I'm okay with that because you're taking a shot at somebody who you didn't like working with.
That's stupid, though.
I'm okay with that.
Take the fucking high road.
No, I don't. I'm okay with that. You're absolutely right. I agree with. They should have given Bernie Mac his respect, especially,
but if you're gonna do
especially since he's passed away. Like that's a shitty. Now that I think about it, now that
it's
does upset
shitty.
me.
It's just don't fucking do that.
But the Bill Murray one, I don't give a fuck.
I do, and I think that was fucking stupid of them to not fucking do that.
I'm okay with them not liking him.
Well, whatever. So then the other gripe you had was, at some point towards the end of the movie, leading up to the big fight, or the big, climax of the movie or whatever, these fucking girls, Kristen Stewart and, God, I gotta get their names right, because the other girls, it's not their fault that they had to get stuck in this movie.
So hot, too. Gorgeous women. Hold
on.
Pink Ranger.
Right. That's not her name.
That will forever be her name, Kimberly.
It's not her name. Naomi Scott. And Naomi Scott is the Pink Ranger.
Quote unquote.
She's gorgeous and talented, actually.
Super talented.
And Ella Balinska is the third Charlie's Angel.
Third angel.
The third angel. So towards the end, Ella Balinska's character and Kirsten Stewart's character walk into a party. First of all, they walk into the beat of the song. Who fucking does that? I've never seen that ever in my whole life. Not even on Saturday Night Fever.
Wait, you've never seen that?
In real life?
Oh, not in real life. I'm talking about movies.
No.
Yeah, movies. Come on, Baby Driver did that the whole fucking way through. It did. You didn't know that Baby Driver was set to the beat of the music in the background, and then even the words or the lyrics of the songs were like on stuff like the sidewalk, and they were graffitied on the wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was he walking to the meat of the?
Yes.
Okay. Did he break out into a fucking dance routine?
Tobey Maguire did in Spider-Man 3.
No. Stay in your Baby Driver lane.
No, I'm giving you. You're saying to walk into the beat. That's all I said. I didn't say everything
walking
else.
to the beat.
They did. He did walk to the beat.
Well, I didn't see the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans or the Andrew Garfield. My Spider-Man is Tom Holland. Okay. So, these two women, spies, Garfield, walk into this thing to the beat of the fucking music. Don't say a word to anyone. Get in the middle of the dance floor, and for no explicable reason, they break out into a fucking dance routine to Donna Summer's Bad Girls, and I don't understand why they did that. It wasn't necessary for the plot. It didn't establish jack shit about what they were about to do. It didn't even help them on their mission. It was fucking stupid. So when I turned to Nary, what the fuck looks, he's like, ugh. Cameron Diaz dances in Charlie's Angels. Yes, she dances alone, which sometimes people do that. And the second time that she dances, she's dancing because she's at a taping for Soul Train. It makes sense. There's no reason why these two women walked into this fucking party for no specific reason. Didn't help their mission, because tell me that they were trying to locate something. Nothing. They're just fucking break out into a song and dance.
You know what this argument reminds me of? You know what this gripe reminds me of?
Sure.
The Rock putting his shirt back on.
It is probably a who fucking cares.
This is a who gives a fuck moment.
Yeah.
And to you, it's real. To me, The Rock putting his shirt back on is stupid. But but it doesn't make any difference. It doesn't. Who cares? Like the movie by that point, that movie was already shit. So this point, yes, the movie, The Rock, Hobbs and Shaw. By the time that he puts his shirt back on, was already shit. The movie was already garbage. But it was a gripe. I had a gripe with it. So to you, when you had to listen to me gripe about this movie, you're like, really? That's the fucking gripe you have about this movie? And I'm listening to the same thing. You like by the point that these women are dancing, the query scene had already happened. I'm like, really? This is your gripe about this movie? Like there's so much other shit you could pick on.
It's stupid.
This is the dumbest shit to pick on. But I get it. For you, it's a real
just
gripe.
Stupid. I don't like the way that it fucking ended. Like Elizabeth Banks' character.
Don't spoil it for people. There might be 4 people who want to see this movie.
Well, I'm saving them money.
Don't spoil it.
Send it to us.
No, you can give a review. You can give a review without spoiling it. We didn't spoil Hobbs and Shaw. We're not going to spoil this.
You did spoil it because you told them that he put his shirt back on.
Spoiler, guys. He put your shirt back on. Don't go watch it.
I won't spoil it, but Neri also has a gripe with the big fight with the villain. He compared it to...
No, I don't really have a gripe with the fight with the villain. I have a gripe with the villain, what's that thing called? Leveling up 3 times in a movie. Like, leveling up. Like, actual, like, his, like, body changed. And I was like...
You're talking about...
Idris Elba.
Oh, okay. Because I thought you were talking about... I was like, nobody fucking leveled up at all in that movie.
No, Idris Elba. That's what I have a problem with.
Black Superman.
The fact that he literally, physically... I'm like, we're in science fiction land. We're supposed to be...
So
in
what?
some kind of reality. Like,
use your imagination, bro.
No. See, the fact that you're okay with that and you're not okay with the paquete that Charlie's Angel throw at you is just weird to me. Now you're just picking and choosing what paquete you want to like and what paquete you don't want to like.
I think that's my right as an American woman.
Well, you're half right.
Such a piece of shit. And I'm driving him back and we're fucking fighting about the movie.
First of all, we're not even fighting about the movie because I was already in complete agreement with you at that point. We were not fighting about the movie.
Like, you ever seen, I don't know if you've seen that gif of the kid with his head down. He's just kicking dirt like, fuck, I really thought that was going to work out better. That was the drive home.
You know what the drive home was for me? This was the drive home for me because I wasn't driving. Missy drove. So this was a drive home for me. It was the kid who on the way to the karate tournament was so pumped and so jazzed because he knew he was going to kick some ass that day. And then the drive home was that kid got his ass kicked 3 times in a row and didn't make it past the first round of the brackets of the karate championship. The 1988 All Valley karate tournament. That was me on the ride home. Was like, I'm the kid that lost the first fucking match and then lost the second one. It was a double elimination. I just lost all of them, bro.
And I just have
was a face, and I just had this look of defeat.
We walked out. He was like, let's just go. He had that kind of vibe to him. So I have to say that even though I was miserable the entire time that I was watching, and I am the reason why we stayed until the very end, because you were out like 15-20 minutes before it fucking
15.
ended.
I was probably like 10 minutes, but you're right. I was like, it was like 10 minutes.
He was like, can we go? And I was like, no, we made it this far. We're gonna fucking finish it.
Your exact quote was, I'm not a quitter. I was like, but I am. Fucking quit on my diet this week 3 times. I don't gotta stick with this shit.
So the fact that I was
paid
right.
$21 for that. Plus a $6 bottle of water. Can I just tell you that $6 bottle of water? This fucking
my
movie?
God, we made such a fucking escándalo when we were in there, because he's like, $6. You know that you could go to Walmart and then buy a case, and he's doing like this old man rant, like this old man get off my lawn rant.
There's literally only one other customer.
It doesn't matter. The staff was there.
I'm giving it to the listener. Like, I was just making a show to be funny.
I know, but he's like ranting.
I'm not really actually complaining about this out loud. If there were real customers, I would. No, to the listener.
I know, but I think it's clear to them. They're not dumb. So then he's going on this get off my lawn rant, and I'm playing along, but I'm doing the good cop bit, and I'm like, I'm sorry. You just pay the water. Shut up. He's like, you know, you can get a case of these 2 for $6 at Walmart. And I'm like, pay the fucking thing. We walk around. I'm walking to get my soda. He's yelling my name, like for no reason, because it wasn't crowded. There was not a soul there. He's like, Missy, and all of a sudden I turn around and I go, Missy, they're looking for you. And I just started yelling out. It was just fucking a show. But on top of the fact that it was fun, because BFF time is always fun, I'm fucking right that it was bullshit. And then just the sweet victory of knowing that you know that you were fucking wrong.
Movie. I still got to put it in my top 10 for the year, though, just out of spite.
Do not.
Yeah, of course not. I'm just.
God help me. I will walk out. I quit. If you're not going to take this seriously, then I'm out.
Yeah, this is not a good.
Such a bad movie. Such a bad movie.
There's good movies, and then there's this.
and I get a text from him later on when I'm home. He's like, hey, he told me, like, come over or whatever. He's like, I want to record. I don't remember what you said exactly, but basically he's like, let's talk about it. And I was like,
I want to record about the prank. About the prank gone wrong. And you go, the movie, or you got something else in mind? And I was like, is the movie not bad enough?
That's correct. In my defense, when I missed I had just woken up from a nap, so I was like, there was something else happened. I've been sleeping for an hour. So anyway, the point is, this movie fucking sucks.
It does.
And I blame it on, she can blame it on the fact that the
marketing was atrocious.
The studio didn't give a shit. But Neri and I played, correct. Neri and I played this game because we were watching the trailers. And I've been telling, I don't think people listen to me, that's why I repeat myself all the time. So I've been saying this, like, hey guys, the Cats movie, like, the studio knows it, like, it doesn't want it to do well. It's gonna drop the same day as Star Wars.
Comes out the same day as Star Wars.
I don't think Neri was paying attention because when we walked into the theater, we were towards the end of the fucking trailer, and I sit down and as it's finishing, I go, this movie's coming out the same day as Star Wars. Like, and I just said, I said what I just said, and he goes, he kind of nodded his head. I don't think he really believed me. And then all of a sudden on the fucking screen it goes December 20th, and Neri just starts cracking up. And then they showed like 3 or 4 other trailers of shitty fucking movies, and we just start going, that movie's not coming out December 20th. The studio believes in that movie.
Coming in February, not December 20th. That's when it's not coming out.
Which, honestly, I think it was episode 7 that Sisters was released the same weekend, and it did well.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. No. It
didn't do... Can I finish my sentence before you shoot me down?
You already started with it did well. That movie did awful.
Okay.
I love that movie, but it didn't do well financially. It did not do well.
So, as I pull up, no, not Sisters, just what are they? Sisters the
film.
Movie.
Just put Sisters film. That's the way Wikipedia categorizes it.
So anyway, and Sisters is fucking great.
It is really fucking good.
I love it.
Like, I laughed out loud hard multiple times throughout that movie. Another movie that's better than what's that movie with the bachelors?
Huh?
They went to Vegas. What was that movie?
Hangover?
Yeah. Sisters is better than Hangover. I don't pray to the church of Hangover, man. I think the movie.
Neither do I. By the way, the budget was 33, and it made 105 million, so it did well.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that it didn't do. Let me rephrase. I'm saying what I meant was it didn't do well opening weekend. It wasn't like in comparison to Star Wars. It wasn't like
that's what
it wasn't like there was a shy underneath.
So
no.
when you interrupted me, I was gonna finish with that, but since you're so bent on that, that's why I looked it up before I proved you wrong. But yeah, Sisters is fucking great. The Cats trailer is like, come on, guys.
It wasn't the second Cats trailer wasn't even bad, to be honest. I want to hate this movie and make fun of it as much as anybody else, more so probably.
I will see it on Movie Tuesday. But the first trailer
was awful. But the second trailer,
they cut it different. Hey, it's not terrible.
It's not. This isn't terrible.
I will watch it because I have to watch it because I need to know.
It's a musical and you have to watch it.
No, that's not why.
That's why Stephanie has to watch it. And I gave her the example. I'm like, it's like a superhero movie. Like, I have to watch every superhero movie that comes out in theaters because I have to.
And she said yes?
She said yeah. She goes, yeah. She goes, I have to watch every musical because if not, they stop making musicals. And that does make sense.
Okay, well... I don't know about
I get it.
I want to watch it because I want to see if it's really going to be bad. That could be a scenario where the fucking like trailer.
What if that makes your top 10?
That'd be fucking. I will walk in here laughing my ass off. I was just like,
That would be the Taki Taki music. That would be the Taki Taki moment of the year.
Guys, wait for this one. Yeah. But I'm excited because usually the last quarter of the year is when all the movies like I typically end up liking come out.
The Oscar buzz movies?
Yeah. Like there's a movie, Shia LaBeouf has 2 movies, one of which Jeff already saw, which I want to watch, and he badgered you into buying.
He was like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, all right, I'll buy it. Jesus.
I don't think he said any. I don't think at any point he told you to buy it, but that's what you heard, and I understand
what
that.
He said was because he. All right, I don't want to put him under the bus, but he did. He has a way of watching films.
He watched it.
So he watched it, and I said, "Oh, how do I watch it?" And he goes, "Well."
You can't sit with us.
You can't sit with us, but it is on iTunes, so you can't purchase it. And then I was like, all right, I guess I purchased it. So I did. And I think afterwards he was like, you could have just rented it.
That's true too. Also, since I think it was produced by Amazon, so it'll be on Prime in like a couple of weeks, but we don't have to talk about that. So anyway, there's that movie. There's another Shia LaBeouf movie, which I never thought I would say his name twice ever in my life. But
he's been in really, really good movies.
Right.
Legit.
But there's another movie that he wrote based on the time of his life when he was on Even Stevens. Apparently his dad was like an abusive alcoholic stage dad, and he plays his dad in this movie.
Is that the movie that I just bought?
No.
Oh.
That's the one I'm talking about. It's called Honey Boy.
Okay.
It was on very, very limited release. This is how limited it was. They're only airing it in Miami on Tuesday at the Sunset Place AMC and the Aventura AMC, and that's it.
Honey Boy.
So I'm going because I got to see it because I'm interested. And yeah, there's that movie. There's the Mr. Rogers movie. There's there's another movie coming out. Well, Little Women is coming out in Christmas, but I gotta see
That's a
that.
remake. You don't want to watch a remake. You hate remakes.
That's not a remake. It's based on a book.
But they've made this movie before.
Right, but they've made a lot of shitty versions of it.
But it's a remake. But you don't like supporting remakes.
I don't like supporting
remakes. So then why would you want to watch this one?
Because sometimes there are loopholes in your own fucking rules, if that's okay with you.
Okay, right. No, it's not.
Books are
hypocritical.
It's not hypocritical.
It's super hypocritical. You've talked about why can't you write your own new material? Why can't you write something new? Why do you have to do a reboot? It's been done 1,000,000 times. Oh my God, it's the same thing. There's not one protest that you've made about reboots that does not apply to this exact situation.
Not Knives Out is another one I want to watch.
I want to watch that one. Yeah,
that one has a good vibe to it. Let's see.
Good vibes.
Star Wars, obviously.
Good vibes. It has.
Let's see. I always go on Fandango and do this. Knives Out.
All right, so the budget was $3.5 million for Honey Boy.
Oh, you know what we have to watch?
And the box office so far has brought in $670,000.
Yeah, because it's super duper limited.
Why?
Because it's like an independent movie. Shia LaBeouf doesn't have the greatest reputation in the business. He's done.
It was released in theoretically November 8th.
The last 5 years.
Amazon Studios. Oh, it's an Amazon movie.
The last 5 years, this is true. He's only done independent movies. He hasn't done any studio.
Well, he did Fury, which might have been an independent movie at the time of filming, but it got wide distribution later.
Right. But you know what movie we do need to watch the next PFF day is the movie with William Levy. Remember when we were watching it and you're like, who's that?
Oh boy.
And
the girl has similar to my last name in that movie. What's
right.
the name of the movie?
En Brazos de un Asesino. It's going to be with subtitles.
What's the lady's name? Subtitles?
Subtitles.
Sap? Is that like Sap? Like available in other languages on Sap and subtitles together?
Yes,
Subtitles.
Yes, subtitles. I don't know, because when we were watching it, just so you know, guys, listeners, I know I've said this many times, but Neri is the gayest straight man you'll ever meet in your whole life. So we're walking into the theater. What were we watching? Joker, yeah. And this trailer for this movie comes on.
It was in Spanish.
William Levy comes out. He's all fucking husky.
First of all, I literally legit
Didn't know who he was.
No. Not only did I not know who he was, the way you're telling the story, I was interested in the girl because A, she was hot, but B, their names appear like really big. Like they show the face, and then, or they show the name and then they show the face. So they show the name of this guy, then they show his face, and then they show the name of the woman, and her last name is very close to mine. Can you pull up her last name?
I don't care about her.
I'm telling you this. I'm just telling the story. Listen to the story of like, and so then I googled this movie because I was like, is this movie actually gonna come out in theaters? Like, is it in Spanish? And I was like, it had English subtitles. And I go, so is this movie gonna actually come out? Alicia Sanz. So I was like, is this movie gonna actually come out in theaters here in America, in the United States? So I pulled up the movie and I said yes, that it was gonna be released soon, coming up. And then the first picture that you see is of the guy. And I was like, holy shit.
I believe his words were, who's that? And it was not the girl on the screen. It was William Levy. Yep. And then I'm like, you don't know about William Levy? And he goes, what do you mean? I showed him like 2 pictures. He fucking yelled at me for not telling him sooner about
first of
this
all,
guy.
Fuck you for not telling me sooner, you motherfucker. How dare you? I thought we were friends.
So we gotta watch that soon. That's gonna be a good BFF date. Yeah. So all the movies that like I typically like, and I know I sound like a total asshole, but it's true. I'll watch blockbusters and whatever. I'll watch whatever, but the ones that I typically I'm like, oh man, I can't wait to watch it come out in this season. Nick Cage has a movie coming out soon. Can't wait to watch it.
Mortgages do.
It comes out December 6th. It's called Grand Isle. Interesting.
I started watching.
Shockingly, there is no availability to buy the tickets before. Interesting.
When is that movie coming out?
In 2 weeks.
Is it 2 weeks really, or is it like
2 weeks from today, December 6th?
Okay.
Let's see. Knives Out, I already talked about. You don't have any movies that you're really looking forward to besides Star Wars?
Let me see.
There's some movies on Netflix that I'm really that I can't. I want to
watch the Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood movie. I want to watch 21 Bridges. That one looks good with Black Panther.
It has a name.
Ford versus Ferrari. I want to watch that movie, dude.
Okay, I guess.
Why? Why give that? Why? You know it's gonna be nominated for everything and his mother.
Yeah, because it's about white people in Europe.
Oh, really, dude? Mm-hmm. Don't be that guy.
Well, I can't be that guy.
God. You're making everything racial. Come on. Who gives a fuck?
There's tons of fucking stories that are more interesting about cars being fast.
First of all, you don't know it. I hate this premise bullshit you got going on. They're more interesting. You don't even know the fucking story. You don't even know the story.
Yes.
First of all, I'm already intrigued because it's a true story, so I'm already in.
Okay.
I'm already fucking in. Right? Second of all, it has 2 amazing fucking actors. Okay. Right? That already
Bombshell. That's another one I want to watch.
Which one's Bombshell?
Bombshell is a fucking movie that's coming out in December 20th. It's a Christmas movie. It's based on the scandal that got Roger Ailes kicked out of Fox News.
Oh, shit. I don't know who Roger Ailes is, so I don't know what that means.
He used to run Fox News.
Oh, is he a white guy?
What do you think?
Oh, well, another movie about another white guy.
No, this movie is about sexual harassment. Oh,
it's a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. December 20th. What else comes out December 20th? This movie's gonna do good.
Oh, this one.
It just hit you? You're like, December 20th. I'll be busy that weekend. I'll be watching Cats.
Literally, look at Fandango. It's like I'm looking at the tile of the movie, and then right next to it, I'm like, yeah. That movie comes out December 20th.
Yeah, I'll be watching Cats. I'm sorry, I don't have time for that movie. So no, I want to watch Ford v Ferrari. Had you put your foot down and said no to Charlie's Angels today, I would have said, okay, we're gonna see Ford.
Really, there was a chance for me to get out of
Absolutely,
it.
Yeah.
Fuck,
absolutely.
I should have pushed harder, man.
You should have. If you would have pushed one more time, you'd be like, Neri, I really don't want to watch a movie. Please don't make me watch a movie. I would have been like, fine.
Well, first of all, you hadn't even bought the fucking ticket, so I think you told me that you thought I was gonna flake out on you, which is
no. I just didn't. You thought I was gonna
No,
it wasn't about really flaking out. Honestly, the reason I didn't buy the tickets because I was like, because I looked at the tickets and the theater was completely available. An hour before the movie, and I'm like, I'm fine. I don't have to buy it right now. I'll buy it when I get there.
On January 10th, another movie starring Kristen Stewart's coming out.
Yeah, I remember I saw the fucking poster and I go, get the fuck, stop making movies. I got upset about that.
I laughed really hard.
So I want to see that one. I want to see Dr. Sleep. I want to see Maleficent.
I do want to see Dr. Sleep, but I gotta refresh my memory.
Terminator,
with The Shining.
the new one.
That shit fucking flopped so
it did
dirty.
flop, but the reviews are good. Even the critics are 71% for the critics and 83% for the audience. Again, for whatever that's worth.
What else?
Zombieland 2 I want to watch.
Yeah, but already those movies are gonna come out soon. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood already come out, so I'm gonna reach out and see if I can get it on digital.
You could.
I know I want to.
And I want to see, not that I have a chance anymore, but I want to see Gemini Man. But upcoming, let's see. Nope. Artsy Fartsy. Nope.
So you'll fucking write off a movie just because it's artsy fartsy?
For the theater? Like, I don't need to watch it in the theater, do I? Like,
yeah, like watching a movie in the theater is a different experience than watching it at home.
I do agree. I just don't think that for some movies are...
Like when Harry Met Sally is going to have their 30th anniversary, we're going to go watch it in the theater because it's better in the theater.
Okay.
You are. You owe me, bitch.
Jumanji.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be fun.
That's going to be good. So.
Did you know that he's really... I don't know if this is real or if The Rock was trolling him, but Kevin Hart really does have like an actual fear of insects.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that.
Which I didn't... I thought it was just him, like, obviously, like, you can not like bugs, but he has an irrational fear about it. Yeah. Like a butterfly. He was running away from a butterfly.
I saw that thing.
I know, I'm telling the listener.
God, that's really all I'm looking forward to. 1917 has a great trailer. Bad Boys comes out in January. But for this year, I think that's kind of... You're done? It's yeah, I think Jumanji and the ones that I mentioned that I can't see anymore because.
Oh, what about when she did this shit?
Yeah, that was really bad.
She was doing like that money, like
making it rain
thing. Kristen Stewart did that at some point.
We get it, man. I tapped out. I don't know how much you want me to say. You were right. I was wrong. You're beautiful. I'm not very attractive. You're smart. I'm dumb.
Well, yeah. 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 so far.
I don't know what else you want to say, man.
That's it. You're good. I wasn't trying to prove that you were wrong. I was just remembering the fact that happened and we had to live through it. But I didn't pay for it, so I don't have to worry.
Movie of the year.
Really?
By far. I don't remember watching another movie this year that I was like,
what
have I watched this year that I didn't like?
You didn't like Hobbs and Shaw?
I didn't like Hobbs and Shaw. These are the same two movies.
You weren't crazy about Spider-Man Homecoming or Toy Story 4?
Toy Story 4 was helpful too. Yeah, Toy Story 4. But so Hobbs and Shaw, I'm not saying this to win an argument or to. I've said this to you a billion times today. As much as I agree that Charlie's Angel was not good, Hobbs and Shaw was equally as shitty. The only difference is that one of them starred a person who I really admire and like, and the other one starred Case too. That's it. That's the only difference. These two movies are the same paquete bullshit, awfully made, not really.
But there was
fun.
more talent in Hobbs and Shaw.
Only because Case 2 brought down everybody else. Because Elizabeth Banks, for whatever you don't like her recent comments, she's fucking extremely talented.
Not in this movie.
What are you talking about? She wrote, directed, and fucking and
her acting in this movie.
Her acting in the movie was good. I didn't think anybody's acting was bad except for Case 2 and the fucking billionaire guy, whatever. His acting was atrocious. Really.
Oh, I did make a funny when we were watching because Patrick Stewart walks on early on, and I'm like, hey, he can walk in this movie.
Yeah, but I don't think Elizabeth Banks I don't think she did bad in this movie.
It was funnier in the moment.
I don't think she did bad in this movie.
Okay.
Nobody did bad except for those two people, and when they did bad, they brought everybody else down. So I agree with you on that.
So it was a group project that Kristen Stewart ruined.
Yeah, and Pink Ranger is amazing.
She has a name.
What is it? Exactly.
Just give me a second.
Exactly. Sorry, it's fine. But that's it. All right. Well, that's our movie review, I guess.
We should have done a mystery WuBro to it. It would have been funny.
I don't want to do that again. Sit through that shit ever again.
And
I will say, here's the thing.
For the record, I will say that Christy will probably like it.
Mm-hmm. So I've been I watch a lot of movies, and even when I don't like a movie, if somebody goes, no, it's really good, and they start pointing out things that they like, I go, I'll give it another shot, maybe. And I've been doing that. I've done that for a while, not to toot my own horn, but I've done that for a while. But this year, I feel like I've rewatched more movies. I've given more chances, more second and third chances to movies that I hadn't liked, and that have actually turned around. I'm like, no, I do like it now. Most recent of which being Rogue One, which I watched just a few hours ago. I was watching Rogue One, and I wasn't a fan of the movie when it first came out. I saw it 3 times opening week, and I was like, not really a fan. And now I saw it, I'm like, no, this is really, really good. It's a fantastic movie. It's probably up there with one of my favorite Star Wars movies now, which is saying something.
You redid your...
I haven't redone it officially, but I will.
I think that you should.
I've watched episodes 4, 5, and 6 and Rogue One. So once I watch 1, 2, and 3 again, and 7 and 8, I will do that.
Well, the point is that you were wrong.
This is correct.
And I hope that now we are even for Hobbs and Shaw. And thank God we don't keep track anymore. I was smart enough to stop doing that.
Actually, you would have had one. You would have had a win.
No, the win was
Charlie's Angel. Yeah, you would have had a win.
Okay, the wins.
I would have had a loss.
That's
more important.
Can I finish my fucking sentence? The win for me when we used to keep track is if I recommended a movie and you liked it.
And then it was also if I recommended a movie and you didn't like it.
Why isn't this working?
Do you hear what I said?
No, I don't care anymore.
That was also the thing. So I recommended this movie and it was awful. I would have lost this one. You would have had one in the Nary picked a bad movie category.
Yeah, but I feel like
and these are very few. I don't really pick bad movies.
I was gonna say like you're an asshole that way where you pick really good movies.
This one's really bad. This one fucking. I think this one fucked up my perfect. Is there another movie that I recommended that you didn't like or show that I flat out just said no? This wasn't.
No, I think this is the first in a really long time.
I don't remember another one. I'm gonna say there's another one just for the sake of not being like I've been perfect, but I don't really recommend movies or TV shows without like. And this is really bad. I can at least make arguments. You know, people are like, "Oh, you like Justice League." I can at least make an argument for Justice League. I can't make an argument for this movie. This is not good. This is not good. Truth be told, though, I didn't recommend it after watching it. I really recommended wanting to go see the movie. So there's my asterisk.
And you were very forthcoming about you were pretty honest,
Very. I wanted to leave.
That really backfired. I want that. Can you make that into a shirt? Can that be my birthday present? Just a shirt of the quote of like that backfired.
With it. And then we both took a picture right after the movie finished. I just said, hey, let's take a picture, and then we both had the same.
It was in the dark.
It was in the dark.
I didn't know what he was gonna do. He didn't know what I was gonna do. He takes the picture.
Even with the camera facing us, we had no idea what we looked like.
And then he takes the picture. We look at the picture, and it's both of us with a fuck my life face.
Oh, that's the worst. It's the worst. But anyways, well, that's it, guys. Thank you guys for checking us out.
Yeah, thanks for hearing us out. You're pretty cool for listening to us, bitch. And bicker. But that's what friends are for. Are you trying to find Independent Woman so we can remember the good song of Charlie's Angel?
That was a good song, though.
Question, tell me what y'all think about this. Well, that's terrible fucking... I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for checking us out. That's our movie review for this month, I guess. Yeah, November is over.
I mean...
By the time this airs, it'll probably be December. Because we have one in the bank right now, and then the one after that.
And give yourself the Christmas present of not watching this movie.
All right, if you guys are shopping on Amazon for Black Friday and all that jazz, make sure to go to geekbro.net, click on the Amazon banner, take away the ad blocker, and then click on the Amazon banner, shop away like normal, and then Geekbro gets a little bit of a kickback. Check out the other podcasts on the Geekbro Network that include Mamas and Merlot, Zeros on Hero, Shiver, and the Mount Geekmore podcast, as well as Better Let Me Tell You and Comedy Fitness. And that's how movie reviews are done. Charlie's Angel was shit. podcast. We talk about movies, TV, geek stuff, news, pop culture, and it's funny, motherfucker.